I've noticed that there are some folks who one would expect would would celebrate the release of Chelsea Manning, who is a hero and who has done a great service for everybody with her exposing of war crimes and the like, and yet it sort of saddens me when I see that some people who would probably have celebrated her release, or the release of a whistleblower who had done the same sort of things of exposing war crimes of U.S. empire, that they would have celebrated that person's release from prison, that they're a hero, and yet it looks as if because Chelsea Manning is a trans woman, is transgendered, that's why they are silent on that. And I've noticed this. There's actually quite a lot of transphobia online amongst those who call themselves progressive, or those on the left who say they're on the left. And that's truly astounding to me. I mean, this is 2017. What is wrong? The other thing is, when Jill Stein asked people to make donations toward the electoral fraud that had occurred during the last U.S. federal election, and in about a few days she got like a few $1 million, and there's been requests by WikiLeaks. I don't know how much WikiLeaks has got now for Chelsea Manning, asking for donations, and I'm not sure. There's about 157,000 has been gotten by somebody associated with Chelsea Manning, who's been asking for donations. But 157,000, really, considering what she's done and the fact that she knew she was going to be in trouble over the release of all those the information about those war crimes, etc. 400,000 emails to WikiLeaks. She knew she was going to get in big trouble over that, but she did it anyway. And yet, all the people have managed to give her is $157,000. I don't know what WikiLeaks has gotten. But when Jill Stein asks for money donations towards a recount for the U.S. federal election, she gets like a few $1 million in a few days. And what's up with that? What the hell is that? This is really all I wanted to say. I kind of find it a bit appalling, really, that the woman is. She's going to have medical bills. She's going to probably want to do. She's transitioning. She's been tortured in prison in solitary confinement for most of the time. God knows, what kind of things she's been through there. And she was facing 35 years in prison. She spent 7 years in prison, in that awful prison. And she'll, and this is what we come up with, is $157,000. That's really not going to go very far. I'm just hoping that she gets a really great book deal from somewhere and she gets paid, a few $1 million. I really hope so, because she bloody well deserves it. So I just sort of feel if people can come up with that kind of money for that recount, people can come up with more than that. People can come up with more money than that recount. This woman has sacrificed. She could have been in there for 35 years. She could have been in there until our species went extinct. That's what she knew, that was going to be a big deal. She knew it was going to be a problem. If you're watching this and you haven't donated to that fund, I'll leave a link in the information section, but if you haven't donated to that fund and you value civil liberties, and you care about the world and care about justice and non-violence, then please donate if you can. If you can't afford it, fine, but if you can, please do. And for those who are transphobic and who are not celebrating her release because she's trans, fucking shame on you. Shame on you. I mean, wake the fuck up.